Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel. And since it's Sunday again, we have another portion of my subscribers, aces, mastery replays, whatever you call it. You're gonna see three great games in the medium tanks, and the first one is from my amigo Camaro 11 from Foil Clan NA server, and his new toy AMX 30B. He told me that he left the game for quite some time, and he just came back since AMX just hit the stores, and he decided simply to buy it because why not? It's a great tank. And yeah, he just sent me this replay, and it really fits my today's video. So it's from today, to be honest. So it's fresh, and you're gonna see how effective this tank can be. Of course, it's all about the skills of a player. I'm not gonna tell you that any tank can win you a game. Like, you need to have knowledge to be effective in any tank. You can get along with the most crappy tank in the game if you know how to play it, and if you have some ideas, some strategies to play it effectively. And my amigo here is gonna simply do it with style, with no rush, with no problems. He will just do the best thing he can do in a medium tank, which is just flanking around, and that's what he's doing basically. And yeah, I think he's my amigo is a Bushka lover, because he likes to simply no-scope everything, especially tortoise in the front, which is not so easy to penetrate without sniper mode, because it has some armor on front. It's not epic, but it still is there. So yeah, yeah, AMX 30B, it's a great medium tank. It's a French premium, maybe not premium, it's a collector tank. But I have 31st prototype, and this tank is epic, and the 30B has even more mobility in it. As you can see, the tank is fast as a freaking light tank. It can just do some real massive damage, and it has turret armor, which means you can bounce some shells, and you can simply go around battlefield very fast, going hull down and just demolishing every single tank on the battlefield. And that's what my amigo is gonna do here. Oh, nice Samurai. Nice one over there. But yeah, great tank. If you like medium tanks, if you like some armor on your turret, then this tank is really great. But I really advise you, before you play it, to have some knowledge of how to play medium tanks, because this tank can of course snipe, it can brawl if you must, and if you have nice positions in it. But yeah, as I told you, it requires some knowledge where to put this tank to make it work effectively. And yeah, and that's basically all about this tank. It's a great tank. Simply, it's a great tank. Well, as you can see, it's gonna be a nice mastery in terms of damage, in terms of cap points, in terms of assistant damage. So really good game, and it's not that easy to simply ace it. So 2 kills, 5111 damage, ace tanker, and 1687 base XP, which is great. And another game is from my subscriber Super 300 Hero from PR1 clan, and he sent me this replay. Actually, he sent me two replays. This one goes here, and the second one will go to the Mastery series, just like a standalone replay, because I simply want to get every single tech tree tank, every single in-game tank, let's say, in that series. So yeah, you can expect to see it in a couple of days, I guess. But I have some more to show you. So yeah, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna be there, and he's gonna play it smart. And I want to tell one thing, that this tank, it's a Russian pancake. It's a very low to the ground tank, which is great in some particular situations. It doesn't have great gun depression, but it has so strong turret armor, nice camo, it's fast, it's extremely fast, it can ram, it has some hull armor, It has armor on the nice armor on the front. You can side scrape, you can angle. It's really very good tank overall. You can find it useful in many situations. So it's an all-rounder, and it's good. Of course, you need to like this type of playstyle, the Russian tank, medium tank playstyle, because simply the lack of gun depression in this game, it's massive disadvantage for me. At least I like the tanks which have a lot of gun depression, simply to be more effective on the battlefield, on the maps where you have ridges, when you can use your hold down tanks. And yeah, this tank is quite specific. It's all about the Chinese and Russian line of all those specific tanks. But it's simply, it depends on your playstyle, on your preferences. If you don't find gun depression so much of an issue, then yeah, you will like this tank. Also like this tank. I'm not saying it's a bad tank. I would say it's a very good tank, but simply not my cup of tea. And yeah, and that doesn't mean you can't be effective in it. And you will see that my amigo here will be effective as all hell. And you will see in another different mastery from him, a different ace, that this tank can also side scrape, and this tank can also brawl, and it's a very good brawler. I can tell you that. And before the ammunition nerf, when it has heat, he didn't explode it on spaced armor. This tank ruled the battlefields of Blitz all around the year, and it was perfect tank to go to, and it was really great. But it still is great, it still is fun to play, and my amigo just, I think, show you perfectly that it's a great tank. And we have 3 kills, 5126 damage, and ace tanker of course, and high caliber with 1431 base XP. Great job. And the last but not least, my amigo Kinder 0601 from HU KK clan, and his Progetto 65. It was nerfed, but still it's a just great tank. If you like the auto reloading system, this tank is a way to go. It has so steeply angled frontal armor, you can bounce shells on it. It has fairly strong turrets around it, very strong turrets, so it can simply bounce some shells. You shouldn't be relying on the armor on this tank. You should be relying on the mobility, on the ability to simply put a lot of damage from the clip, let's say, because and you can simply reload if you want. If you have to shoot, you can shoot. That's great playstyle of the tank. So if you know what you're doing, if you're used to this system, it's a overall great, very effective tank. And you can see that DPM, maybe it isn't spectacular, but it's enough to put about 1000 damage into enemy, receiving one shot in return. That means that trait is, in this case, 400 to 1000. So you can take this trait every single time, and you will be so effective. And if you're a sneaky grab like my amigo here is, you will use opportunities to take some shots without taking risks, and that's what you should do in a medium tank. You should flank, go around, be sneaky, and just put a lot of damage into red team tanks. And he's gonna do it over here. As you can see, he's not moving too fast, and that's great. That makes you win more games. Simply to be patient, to be smart, to look on the battlefield, what's going on, where the enemies are, what are the threats for you, and then when you finally decide to attack, you're not getting focused like my amigo here is. But unfortunately, he receives a nasty shell from a TD at the back. But that's the risk of the game. You can't simply predict everything, and if you're not cheating, simply you don't know who's shooting at you and when is it shooting. So yeah, you need to simply get the most information from what you can get, just observing the minimap, the battlefield, and just take the best option, find the best option and take it, simply to be effective, to help the team and to win the game. And my amigo is doing it perfectly here. Shame that they nerfed the dispersion on Progetto, but as you can see, still this tank can hit the targets. It's still a good sniper, and that's great. That's basically great, because when it came out, when those tanks came out, and if you watched the last year's Twister Cup, it was full of Progetto 65s, because they have very massive burst damage from these 3 shots they have in the clip. And if you pair them up, you simply end up with 2k damage, which you can just simply send so fast into your enemies. They're gonna delete basically everything in very short time, and if you lack of some damage, you simply can just load 1 more shell, each one of you, and put 2 more shells. That means another 600, at least 600 damage, to up to 700 damage, up to 800 damage. It depends how you roll, but you can get awfully large amounts of damage, and that what makes this tank effective. It's maybe not the fastest tank, it's maybe not the best armor tank, it doesn't have great DPM, but it has this unique playstyle and unique fashion of playing that makes this tank simply amazing. And yeah, you should play it. It's one of the best, if not the best, tech tree medium in the game. Of course, you can also say it about E50M, you can say it about T-62A. It all depends on your preferences, but all those tanks are really good. And when you not compare them between them, just compare the playstyle of this tank. It's great. It's simply great tank. And let's sum it up. So we have 3 kills, 6,786 damage, ace tanker, high caliber, and Confederate medal, and 1,732 base XP, which is a whooping amount. And great game. I want to thank you all guys for being with me, for sending your replays so I can show them to all of my subscribers and those who are not subscribers. And by the way, the 70% of you are not subscribing to my channel, so if you like my videos, if you like this content, please consider subscribing to my channel, because it helps me and it doesn't hurt you. So that only motivates me to work even harder for you, so you can watch some replays. And basically that sums up this episode. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. If you want to join my Discord, the link is in the description below. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.